Hey, podcast listener, are you a hacker, techie, nerd, investor, founder, or ever wanted to get into this world? Join TechCrunch for its annual Disrupt conference in San Francisco, featuring the luminaries who aren't only making the rules in technology, but changing the game. Get a first look at startups disrupting machine learning, mobility, healthcare, robotics, and more, and hear from the world's leading investors and innovators. Visit TechCrunch.com and use promo code SPREAKER. That's SPREAKER for an exclusive discount.
This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1193, on our way to 1200 next Saturday. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. Okay. If you've been listening to the show for a little while, you probably noticed we made a mistake and we got off the correct sequence of numbers a couple of days ago. This is the correct number, 1193, and next Saturday we are going to be the first show to hit 1200 episodes in the job search category in Apple Podcasts. And today's show, well, it begins a number that I've done over the course of time about preparing to job search. And I hope you find it helpful. I hope you give it a good review in Apple Podcasts. And I also want to remind you, on the weekend, if you want to do something constructive for yourself in your job search, you might go over to Skillshare.com using the link in the show notes. Take my classes there, go exploring. If you decide to join, there are thousands of courses on different subjects, professional subjects, personal interest areas, lots of stuff. If you join using the link in the show notes, you get 2 months for free rather than just one. So again, use that link, and now let's get going.
And this is clearly the place most people need to start, and that's with changing your attitude. You see, a lot of people have been conditioned to be an employee and become obedient. You know, you start in school and you're taught to sit in a chair and act like a trained chimp, answer questions that are posed of you. And if you get out of your chair, when you're very young, they're going to give you ADHD drugs to try and keep you confined. And if you're bored because the teacher is awful, your grades start to suffer. And if you don't do your homework on time, your grades go down. And if you gossip with other students, you can become the target of criticism and ostracized from the in-group. And your teachers see this, and suddenly you get drugs again. It's awful. And you get into the workforce, and basically you're being conditioned some more. Do what you're told, come in at a certain time, leave at a certain time, on and on and on and on. And a lot of managers, a lot of bosses try and make their people guilty. Now, I want you to adopt a different attitude. An attitude that basically says, I am the chairman or the chairwoman of the board of my own business. My shareholders are my wife, husband, partner, lover, whoever is important to you. And that you're responsible for your career. Not Big Mommy Corporation, not Big Daddy Corporation. You're the one. And you have to think of your career as being something that's in your hands, not in the company's hands. Now, for a lot of folks, this is a big shift. But the reality is that big company only does what's good for them. And they're going to chew you up and spit you out if you're not careful and look out for yourself. I know so many different people who've been pushed into careers that they don't want to have, only to be dismissed during bad economic times, which were completely understandable, but then they can't find work because the nature of the job that they've been doing has been unique to that one firm. By changing your attitude and putting yourself as the head of your own business, and thinking of it really that way, you start to look at your career differently. You start to think of it as being something that you own and not a company owns. Millions of people around the world have learned the hard way that in bad economic times, corporations that talked about permanent employment quickly point out the fact that you live in an at-will state and they don't have to keep you working there. So basically, don't fall for the BS. Start looking out for yourself. Start paying attention to what the market demands in the way of skills for the kind of job that you do. And if a company won't pay for it yourself, and then go get to someplace that appreciates you.
So that's today's show. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, here are a few ways that I can help you. First of all, you can hire me to coach you throughout your job search in every way imaginable. That includes a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique, interview preparation, helping you with a salary negotiation and or networking, answering your questions about your job search, giving you advice about a decision you have to make once you have the offer. We can work in 30-minute or 1-hour increments throughout your search. And the easiest way to talk with me about it is by connecting with me at linkedin.com/IN/the big game hunter. Mention that you listen to the show. I just like knowing that I'm helping folks. And once we're connected, message me that you're interested in coaching. We'll do a free discovery conversation with one another. If you're not interested in coaching and you just have a few questions, the easiest way to do it is by reaching out to me through the Magnify app for iOS. That's Magnify with an I. Or if you don't have an iOS device, if you're an Android user or you just want to call me on the phone, do it through PrestoExperts.com, where I'm a career coach and job search expert. For those of you who've been listening to the show, you know that I always talk about JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And recently, we've been changing the focus of the site to really emphasize interviewing and answering tough interview questions. If you join, you'll have access to curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that's designed to help you find work more quickly, as well as videos and podcasts and other information. Again, an emphasis on interviewing and answering tough interview questions. You can also take my classes on Skillshare and become a premium member using the link in the show notes and get 2 months for free instead of the 1 month that the site offers. And the last thing I want to mention to you is schedule me for lunch. I do it at 12:30 most days, and for now I'm making myself available Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for lunch at 12:30 Eastern Time. We'll meet over Zoom and be able to see one another. You bring something to eat, or if it's early for you, very simply bring some coffee with you. We'll sit and talk for 45 minutes. I'll answer your questions. That's less for $175. That's less than what I charge for comparable time for my coaching. So again, reach out to me through LinkedIn and we'll schedule a time for lunch. Have a great day. Take care.
Play fantasy football? Listen up. The draft is almost here. That means you either better learn to make wings and shareables better than Buffalo Wild Wings can, or order your takeout pack for draft night. While supplies last, you also get a free draft kit with your fantasy football takeout order. You'll get 50 wings, a party-sized side, and a party-sized shareable. The only thing not included in this deal are the punny team names that you pretend you made up but actually stole from the internet. It's okay. We all do it. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
It only takes one sip of an ice-cold summer drink from McDonald's to give you a quick break from the office and you're at a party in the Hamptons. You spot future wifey walking up and she says,
"Can you move your chair?
What?
So I can vacuum under there."
With so many flavors, where will your sip take you?
This summer, come to McDonald's and try a refreshing $2 small McCafe drink like a frozen strawberry lemonade or a $1 any size soft drink. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.